As the evening night overpowers the day, my train cancelled, got half an hour to wait for the next. As I ventured outside Piccadilly station, what caught my eye? A homeless man just sitting on the pavement. Killing time, started chatting to this new acquaintance. Gave him some change, his name was Max. Early 30s I guess, stunk of booze and fags. With big baggy eyes and a rough splattered face, patchy beard, dark yellow teeth with decay. Wore muddy trainers and creased jeans, an old woolly hat and a coat dark green. The greetings drifted to talk of grim weather. I asked how he became homeless, the answer, through slurred words, I heard he was ex-army alcoholic with family problems. He didn't divulge, just said he ran away. While a stable job he couldn't maintain, mental problems gained, not offered support. PTSD induced from war abroad. Explains homeless are found by charities. They try to place them in hostels locally. Wasn't shared accommodation but got attacked, then robbed of clothes and drink he had. He said some in hostels are eventually kicked out for drug use or damage to property. Abusive behaviour against residents. Last hostel rat ridden. Asbestos at the entrance, along with shit food, generally unhealthy. Put for a week so the home's temporary. The system created offers little hope. In another room one morning a drug overdose. A few days in hostels then back sleeping rough. Destroys your mental health, the help ain't enough. They do offer treatment for drug addiction but fail usually cause it ain't consistent. To fund his habit results to thieving if he can't get enough dough out on the streets. If jailed soon released, given no support, Max began to cough, spitting blood on the floor. A girl floated my way with reddish hair, with 2 cups of tea to repel the cold air. Looking early 20s, a smooth skin complexion, at odds with the harsh environment, a small blessing. Youthful beauty, a feminine charm, hope in her dark tracksuit hides a bright heart. Reasserting my interest in homeless stories, growing up in foster care, she began to tell me. Young and innocent, full of hopes and dreams, an actress of destiny, she passionately believed. But while there, like an infant spice grew, peer pressure to start, it eased depressive mood. Shop worker out of school but now addicted, induced weight loss and can't sleep without it, or now afford the increased rent price. Evicted from flat, gloom swallowing her life. Crashing at mates till a massive fallout. Moved on to the needle once kicked out the house. The council so incompetent, now her worst fear. Homeless in Manny, her red eyes full of tears. As Max consoles her, I'm told they hope for a shared flat, but social services are slow. I trained during 5, so I gave them a hug. A small smile from Rose as I wished them good luck. Pissed up I meet Max again late one night, out clubbing in Manny, embracing the party life. Mates call an Uber, I ask how things were. You look a worse state than me, the response I heard. Never lose the banter, despite shit conditions. Surprisingly upbeat if you take the time to listen. Rose was on her way towards Market Street to retrieve hot food from the local charity. So utterly privileged, naively I ask, what's it really like to be homeless nowadays, Max? A home without walls is a constant struggle, forever open to elements of the concrete jungle. Imagine forms of entertainment non-existent, that feeling of failure contracting the condition. Lowest of the low, stripping your soul away, thinking things won't get better, recurring in your brain, crying within, cause it's heartless outside. The loneliness hits you, rarely socialise, some get institutionalised, so used to living on the streets, council help they refuse. Get moved on by police or town security, who don't give a shit about your situation typically. Citizens in uniform being fucking heartless, view you as subhuman and utterly worthless. You believe leave you dirt as eureka body odour. Mixed with tobacco smoke you don't remain sober. Sitting on the ground, car parks that keep dry. Stomach pain and body weakness hits you at times. Ignored as a nuisance by most on the street. When the odd few acknowledge you, it's such a blessing. Tends get gifted out by some charities. When desperate for food, go bin rummaging. Once a warm home, now the mental shock. Comfy chair, TV, proper bed all gone. Drugs a short release from this horrific life. Numbing pain within, a holiday for the mind. Near cash machines can entice the good-hearted who feel guilty if they give money when departed. When interacting with strangers stay polite, but turn erratic or aggressive when high on spice. Accumulate change to buy some hot food, then stolen by someone in same predicament as you. Scrapping after sitting on someone else's pitch. Some girls become protties to gain a place to live. One night I approached an alleyway to sleep. Saw a man punching a girl, so intervened. Pulled out my blade, managed to fight him off. That's when I met Rose, her spies, some money robbed. Instant enchantment, hit us equally. Picked up by a support group later that evening. I then make a promise, his story got me moved. I'd return to the same spot weekly with food. Rose and Max connected on a level much deeper than romantic love. They completed each other with new inner strength to escape this life. And the little angel's then free to fly. She's too pure for the heartless, squalid streets. Her radiance a flicker of light in dark surroundings. Tragically on smack, the glow's fading, her wings weakening. She has to stop taking. New arrival in the shelter, Max realises he's the guy that robbed him. So they start fighting. Max forced to leave shelter to Rose's dismay despite her pleading. Tears trickle down her face. A few days pass, then he sneaked back to leave a loving note explaining where he's at. Rose out looking for him, he placed it on the bed. But the new lad Kyle saw what had been left. Jealousy devoured his mind, he was all alone. A past ridden with heartbreak. This twisted soul heard the devil play music and chose to dance. A sinister grin developed as he hatched a plan. He locates Rose late, sustaining secrecy, aided cover from darkness and the empty streets down a lonely alleyway. Attacks her from behind, the sound of knuckle hitting bone echoes in the night, alongside female screams of horror in the darkness. Male sexual panting, murmur sounding joyous, utterly traumatized, scared and weak. Her destroyed soul runs away from Manchester to Leeds. Cal didn't foresee any heads lurking. A fellow rough sleeper saw the cunt emerging from the alleyway. Alerted by the scream, so he vacated to tell others what he'd seen. When Max absorbed the info, pale with shock, the rage couldn't be quelled, but Kyle was gone. This evil specimen was nowhere to be found. Like Rose, he concluded he must leave town. Max strikes lucky after much inquest, leads a new home, a support worker said. Travels instantly, but horrifically finds her motionless, needle adjacent to her side. Upon death diagnosis, doctors realise Rose had a baby that was growing inside. How am I aware of this? You want to know? I'm relaying Max's story in his suicide note. Returning to the same spot once a week, lying amongst cardboard was a letter to me. His soul ripped apart, broken to the core. Then the cancer diagnosis was the final straw. Tears visually impaired, sadness hit me to the bone. The final sentence Max poignantly wrote. Once a sweet little angel with hopes and dreams, but now can't reach the heights with broken wings.